Hi. I wanna, I don't know, rant or just talk it out. But I've been doing a lot of sessions lately, and I see how people are suffering, and of course it hurts my heart. And I've been in the same place, but it's like all this negativity from the world, from the people, and specifically our closest circles. This one is probably the hardest for a lot of people to deal with. When it's your family, someone close to you, someone you care about, someone in your circle that you have to deal with and kind of have no way of avoiding one way or the other, it's really difficult to handle all those situations, misunderstandings, miscommunication, or being forced to do things you don't want to do, being forced to be in situations that you don't really want to encounter. And currently, like with the sessions I did today, and also working with people, I wouldn't even call it work, it's just like talking to young people, to teenagers, to kids who are living with families that still did not find the way to communicate properly. And the kids, the teens, they feel suppressed, they feel unacknowledged, they have a lot of fears, they have a lot of anxiety, they're going into depression and to suicidal thoughts. And I've been there. It's not like, hey, look, I'm a guru, I cleared myself, I'm a golden girl, and there are no issues in my life. No, I'm going through this myself, not every day. I've learned how to put myself back on my feet, how to work through things, how to deal with those issues. Not every time. It doesn't work all the time. It's not like I have all the magic tools to solve it all. But finding the strength to, when it happens so much, when whether it's your parents or your relatives or someone in your surroundings doing something, and it's not just a one time incident, but it happens time and time again. And you see yourself ending up involved one way or the other, want it or not. I think the most important part in it all is that self awareness. Awareness that, hey, look, there is a pattern. Something is repeating, meeting with certain people again and again and again. But then those people are doing something or not doing, saying something or not saying something. Some people want to communicate and the other person is not talking it out. Some people want to have a honest conversation and someone is lying and even making up stories. Some people are like, hey, let's just have a chill time. And someone's making a drama, a whole mess out of it all. And all of a sudden, this whole nice picnic turns into a biggest argument in front of someone else. A lot of situations like that. And when it keeps on happening, we have to pay attention to it and become aware of it. And today I talked to someone who is, very close to me, like a buddy, and I say something that I'm gonna say it again, not in the same words, but it's like, even if it wasn't in spiritual regards, even if there were no entities and no ETs and some advanced civilizations, and we look at, okay, this world, well, imagine you are the owner phone. So, in a way, you're being tracked, you're being listened to. And we could even go, okay, well, the government and yada yada, but even if we don't blame anyone else, it's like, imagine you're being monitored 24/7, want it or not. Everyone or someone knows absolutely everything about you. They have a book on you. They can predict every single action. Your life is scripted. And every time something's happening, it was already planned, and they're waiting for a reaction because you're being bullied. If you are being bullied to the point where you become aware that this is repeating, something similar is happening again and again and again. And if you catch yourself there, you start to analyze that, well, okay, we look for reasons. Why us? Why us? There's plenty of reasons. But this will stop if the bully stops getting the reaction. If the bully doesn't get your attention, doesn't get the same pain, the stress, the other things you give to them, it becomes boring and they leave you. Of course, easy for me to say. It's not always that easy. Like, okay, you did it a few times, someone said something bad to you, and you withheld and you didn't react, and now it all stopped. It's not always like this. Some people have to deal with coworkers that are, you know, covertly trying to really mess you up. They're hostile towards you and they're ruining your reputation. They're telling lies about you, and there's nothing you can do. And even if you tell, sometimes no one will listen. And there are so many situations. And in the end, can't control anyone else. We can't control people. Of course, working on some techniques to. Even now, I stopped the video because of little interferences. Like, a lover comes back home, my dog goes crazy, and all the noises happens, and I would like, I should get triggered. Oh, like I'm talking to you, I'm trying to explain something, and I cannot do it properly. And it should irritate me, it should piss me off, I should react like it. But, hey, if I'm telling you to do something, I should lead by an example. So for me, catching myself, how, like, what kind of reaction would someone else expect? For me to get pissed off, to not do this video because I might have lost my idea or I didn't say something I wanted to say. But no, I stop and I react like, okay, just gonna handle it, take it easy, come back, see what happens. Not try to make it perfect, not try to fit the standards, just be me, just be authentic, just express myself. And with all of that, these everyday situations in life, big or small, learning to control ourselves is the only thing we can do. Learning to control our reactions, not giving in to triggers as much as possible. It's not like you can stop it fully. Things happen on various levels, whether it's our hormones, our chemistry, whether it's the food we ate that is affecting us, whether we didn't get enough sleep, whether we didn't work out and we're feeling tired, and issues in the family, and like tons of reasons. Physical, small, everyday, mundane life, spiritual, big, existential crisis, a lot of things can happen. And if you're able to look at it all and see, like, what can I do to not react, to be in control, to not go up and down. Having great days is great if you can enjoy it. But when it goes down, it's big or small, when it goes down and it tries to target you and it tries to affect you, whether it's a group or it's just life or it's just Murphy's Law or it's just bad luck, it doesn't matter. You catch yourself and you try to stay stable. Not give in, not react like, okay, getting a phone call. Awesome. But then again, like, do I have to react? Like, no, I want to talk to you. And and again, I see myself like I'm not perfect. There are days when I wake up and I know I was taken throughout the night. And sometimes I'm not first aware. So if I'm not aware that I was taken, but I wake up and I'm a bit more irritated than usual. I'm a bit more sensitive than usual. And all of a sudden someone else says a thing that would not usually make me react, but all of a sudden it really gets to me. And I get all emotional about it. And I latch off. Or I react and it really hurts me. But then being able to find a tool or a thing you can do that you know will help. For me, it's going for a walk. Luckily, I have a dog that takes me out for a walk. It's not me taking him out, he takes me out. And walking really helps. Breathing, changing the surroundings, going into the park, going into the forest, just changing something, changing the surroundings that can trigger you. So, soaking in a bath. For me, water is healing. And I find that uh, after sessions, working with people, dealing with certain situations, I just like to go underwater or soak in the water, uh, be in the shower, hot or cold, doesn't matter. Um, it just like really like washes everything away, and I feel like I have my own inner void that like suppresses everything, and it's like that impenetrable shield that gives me those few minutes to recover. And somehow that stress, that impact that was getting to me stops, and I'm like, oh, I was so reacting, and I can look, oh, look. My period is gonna be here in a few days, or look, it started today and I was reacting over that. Haha, now it's funny. Now I know the reason why this happened. So we look at life and, again, lots of situations. So it's hard to say don't react at all. But finding tools and things you can do that are helpful to you, whether it is working out, whether it's breathing techniques, going for a walk, writing it out, doing something, finding an activity that wouldn't be necessarily hurtful or an activity that would be somewhat rewarding. Like, that you're maybe on a diet, you're taking care of yourself, you're working out, but you can also allow yourself to, hey, look at me. I worked out, I did my thing, I worked for a few hours, I reached my goal, I did everything on my to-do list or something. And you allow yourself to get a cup of coffee. You allow yourself to get that piece of chocolate or something you were craving whole day or for a few hours, and you just go with it. So it's us constantly trying to find tools that will help us to change the surroundings, to change our thinking, to not let that negativity to penetrate us. and at the same time catching ourselves, being aware of something happening, and then reasoning why. This is for later. It's trying to catch ourselves. Like, okay, why is this happening? That's one thing. Why am I getting triggered? Are some of my needs not met? Did I not communicate to someone well? Did I not explain what I need? And it's not necessarily us getting our needs met, but you understanding that you maybe wanted to get some love. You might have been you wanted to get acknowledged. You wanted to be appreciated. And someone didn't give a damn about your actions or all the intentions and efforts. And it's that little thing, small detail, us uh, just being humans. And so to be able to catch that detail, to understand specifically why are you reacting, not why this is happening. Why are you reacting? Why does it hurt? And to learn how to handle it so that you would not allow your emotions to take over, but you would be in control of your life. And even though it hurts, it's not like you're trying to dismiss the pain. You acknowledge that it hurts. You know why it hurts. What can you do about it? It is okay to be mad. It is okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel all those crazy negative emotions. It's not bad that you feel it. And of course, no one wants to feel it, but you don't have to be all loving and sweet to everyone. It's okay to be hateful. It's okay to feel anger. It would be great if people learned to acknowledge that, yes, this is exactly why I'm getting mad. I'm getting hateful. I'm getting, or, but feeling resentment for someone. You know, you have your truth, you have your righteousness, your reasoning and logic behind something. And with that, you can lead. Turn that anger into an action that would help you. Not necessarily going and killing someone or hurting someone, but hey, work out. Go get a punching bag, punch your pillow, write something. But learning to express it, and you can use any kind of emotion for manifestation. You don't have to be in all the lovey-dovey emotions. Like, oh, I have to feel love and kindness, and as if it already happened, and then I'm going to manifest my loving relationship. You can still be in hate. God, I hate this life. But at the same time, with that hate, this right, then you just go with your emotions, but you're still either saying the text that would be good for you to manifest it, or at least you find actions that are actually beneficial to you. And of course, finding substances that would help us with the escapism. Video games, that was for me for a while. Some people do alcohol, some people smoke, some people do drugs, some people use weed, a lot of things. But if we can find an outlet that would be positive for us, where it's beneficial, where we're still getting something, I just think it's so important. And the biggest one is having someone to talk to. And that's a freaking difficult one. Because no, finding someone that's going to listen to you is hard enough. Finding someone that's going to listen to you, not judge you, accept you for who you are, and tolerate all that stuff. It's really important to do that. And if you're going through something like it right now, if your nickname is anonymous but you have issues, please leave a comment. Share the story. Share what hurt you today. And might not be everything. Like for me, I know I can handle myself. I know I'm gonna have a lot of good days. I know I'm gonna have stress. But there are days, at least once a month, where I don't handle it, where I don't have my shit together. And I fall for it. And I react and I end up like, ah, later on I can catch it. I know later on why it happened. I know later on why I reacted that way. But when it happens right at the moment and it's too much, I don't catch myself all the time. But I know that if I have a few of the activities that I know will help and I do them, it's going to give me time to focus, to release some of that energy. Because, like, first it's our body reacting. It's the chemicals within the body, it's the cortisol. When it just goes into your head, you have to, like, pay attention to little things and find ways to catch yourself and take control. Anyway, it could be a long rant, or just I could keep on blabbing about all this stuff. But just thought I would share. And one of the biggest things I can say, probably like that's really important, is no matter how hard it is, no matter how much negativity you have around, finding at least a minute, because people watch shorts all the time, 30 seconds. Find a positive source, positive voice that would be there for you. You don't have to get all motivated about life and feel joyous, but you have to find a way to shut off that negativity and all the crap that's really bothering you and that's really going to bring you down. Whether it's your mom, whether it's your teacher, whether it's your coworker, whether it's your lover, whether it's yourself. You have to find ways to at least for 30 seconds, shut off all that crap around you and have a positive voice tell you something good. I know, like, there are plenty of gurus and teachers and speakers and stuff, but finding someone you like, finding someone whose material you can go with, it can really change your life. Just having someone not necessarily motivate you, but to shut up all the crap that's coming from around or is coming from within. To have a voice that's gonna talk all over it, become an overlay for all the shit, and actually give you something good. You don't have to feel happy, you don't have to feel motivated. At least shut the hell up with all the negative stuff. Not that you can't think it, not that you can't have it, but to at least have a different voice that would be good for you in one way or the other. Maybe not a super positive outcome, but at least not letting more negativity in. And for me, who helped a lot, Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, Lewis Howes, Mel Robbins. There's plenty of people out there. You can find your voice, something that you can relate to. George Carlin is great. Having like Matt Rife, George Chappelle, Robin Williams, so many even comics feeling freaking depressed in this world, but finding the humor to express it. And doesn't matter whether you're listening to comedy or stand-up comedy or have a motivational video going on. Finding a voice that will shut off the negativity is really important. Anyway, that being said, thanks for listening. I'm glad I get to express myself. It's not perfect, but just being me, just sharing part of my life. And I hope you have a nice day. If you want, feel free to express yourself in the comments. I'm here for you.